Hi guys, this is going to be my Substack essay called I Want to Be a Writer, Not a Content Creator. And we're going to look at the truths about artists on social media. I really hope you enjoy it. I want to start this off by saying I am pro complaining. I believe we all need space to air our grievances, especially artists and creatives. We are up against so many opposing forces, we can't always turn the other cheek. Sometimes we need to shit on the institutions and the cultural narratives that really fuck with us. So please, let's shit on Zuck Daddy. Let's discuss how these apps capture our value and do not pay us right. Let's be frustrated when our audience doesn't see our art. But let's also acknowledge that we are living in the best time to be a writer. We are living in the best time to be an artist because social media exists. 4 ways artists hate social media and why I disagree. I watched a reel the other day. It was a writer lamenting the fact that she had to both write novels and make content in order to sell the novel. So today I'm going to unpack why this mindset frustrates me by responding to the 4 most liked comments on this reel. Comment number 1. Can't we just go back to the days when marketing was the publisher's job? I want to be a reclusive artist, not an influencer. Authors have always had to promote their work. We've always had to fight for our creations. Authors back in the day did not just write and then let everyone else do the work. We are romanticizing the processes of the past. Charles Dickens was a pro at the book tour. He traveled all over the US and the UK doing readings and promoting his work. The dude fought for his books, for his art. He wanted his stories read. I just know that he would have a podcast if he was here today. I know he would, and he would fucking love it. Hemingway also had to promote his work. In fact, he was a branding machine, developing his image as like a bullfighting, safari touring public menace so he could sell his books with a bad boy persona. If he was with us today, he would be a problematic TikTok power user. Okay, one more. I have loads of these. I went deep into how authors branded and marketed themselves back in the day. But let's look at Beatrix Potter. Beatrix Potter self-published Peter Rabbit. She printed 250 copies by herself and then sent copies to the influential people that she could think of. And that's not unlike me, sending copies of Regrettably I'm About to Cause Trouble, my latest book, to booktubers, sending copies of We Need Your Art to people who I know would love it and love to support it. It is classic influencer marketing. Me and Beatrix are on the same shit. Sorry, I'm ad-libbing hectically here. She was Peter Rabbit's tireless champion, and I'm so thankful that she was because her books changed my life. Comment number 2. Born to be a New York Times bestselling author, forced to post constant reels. About 1 million books are published a year in the USA. The chances of becoming a New York Times bestseller are really, really low. You know that. People won't shut up about how hard it is to be an author, which is something that annoys me to no fucking end. But guess what? You get to up your odds of being on the New York Times bestselling, you get to up your odds of being a New York Times bestselling author by taking advantage of these platforms. Platforms that let you be seen without permission and essentially for free. Without the internet, we have so much less power as authors and as artists. We get to build relationships on these apps, trust, connection, so that we can publish the books that impact people. I have been rejected literally hundreds and hundreds of times by publishers until I just stopped asking to be seen and just started sharing my writing online. It gave me so much power. These apps are fucked, but if we use them in the way that we want to use them, they can give us so much power. It made me so happy. I was able to share my writing. I was able to connect, iterate ideas with people, build connections, build audience, and then eventually publish my own books. And then eventually be published by a publisher. If I ever become a New York Times bestseller, the fact that I dared to take up space on social media will be the reason why. I'm not saying this issue isn't complicated, guys, but I am asking us to have a nuanced conversation about this. Comment number 3. I was not made for marketing. I was made for art. I hear some variation of this every day. Every day. Artists love the idea that they are good at the craft, but they are shit at marketing. I think what these artists are actually trying to say is the following. I've never tried marketing my art because it seems embarrassing and cringy. I don't want to champion my book, my art, because what if no one else likes it and I look stupid? I have never been taught to take up space and back myself. So I believe that I can't do it and I want to make it somebody else's job. And these are all really valid fears because backing yourself, championing yourself, marketing yourself is so vulnerable and so scary. But none of these things make you bad at marketing. That just means that you don't want to market because it's scary. The truth is that marketing is a highly creative endeavor. Artists are sort of made for marketing. The creative process, the writing process, it's about connection. Marketing's about connection. You know how you crack people open in your romance novels? Use that incredible ability to impact people with words and crack your audience open now, before you publish, so that they buy your books. Creative people, we know how to make other people feel. Artists know how to be provocative. And so I'm going to go ahead and fucking say it. Artists know how to sell. You just don't want to do it because it's scary. But I'm no good at short form video content creation, you say. You might not be good at making reels, but guess what? You don't fucking have to make reels. Reels aren't the only way to market your art. You are not confined to one sort of content, to one sort of app. If you don't want to make TikToks, absolutely do not make TikToks. Get on Substack. Share your words on a carousel on Instagram. Make people fall in love with your half-hour vlogs. Do it your way. Do it your way. There are so many different things you can do with the fucking internet. You've got to figure out what delights you. Marketing is an art. Decide how you want to do it. I cannot tell you how off script I'm going. I was meant to be reading my essay, but you're getting extras. Comment number 4. Born to be a writer in the woods, forced to suffer promoting myself online. So this is a variation on comment 2. And my big issue here is the word forced. Creators feel like they are being held hostage by Zuck Daddy. They have to do reels. They must be on TikTok. And I want you to reclaim that power. You absolutely do not have to be online. Do you know how many people still thrive in the real world? Do you know the people are out there doing shit, selling art in the real world? I speak to so many authors and artists who make so many more sales in the real world. They set up stalls at fairs, they talk to people at bookshops, they get boring old publishing deals and show their work at galleries or get lucky with word of mouth. You don't have to be online. Do you realize how powerful that is? You certainly don't have to make reels. It's a choice, one that you need to make, whether it's you want to use it or you don't. But you know what social media helps with a lot? The life of a writing recluse. Writer in woods benefits muchly from the internet. I am tucked up at the moment in an English village, honoring my highly introverted ways. I see very few people. I write every day. It is delicious. I also share something I've written or made every day on the internet. The internet allows me to connect with an audience whilst being a reclusive little hermit. It is so fucking cool. We're outliving again. I love being out there networking or like trying to find my readers out in the wild in the real world. The internet has given me a chance to honor my introversion and still connect with readers. And look, I know it would be lovely to live in a time disconnected from the internet and just write the books. But guess what? You can kind of fucking do that. Have 3 months off social media as you finish a project. Come back, share, update, be fresh and new. Stop pretending that we're trapped. You have more choices than you realize. We are not trapped. I really want you to just feel like you've got some power on these fucking social media spaces, because they are going to make us feel small and they are a bit fucked up, but it's your choice to be on them. You don't have to be on them. It is your job, artist, whatever sort of artist you are. I know I'm speaking very much to writers right now, but that's because I am one and I'm biased. But it is your job to champion your art. I found an English translation of a diary entry from 1521 by the famous artist Albrecht Dürer. He would make prints of his work and then he would sell them at a much lower cost to try and reach a larger audience. Fucking entrepreneurship. It's a mundane sentence, but it speaks to our job as creators. He says, I have also made prints of the Night, the Saint Jerome, and the Melancholia. I shall sell them wherever I can. And in the Substack, I made him a fake Instagram profile. I don't know, something really took hold of me the day I wrote this essay, but I do believe his Instagram would be lit. I love looking back and seeing these artists who are they're championing their work. This isn't a plague of today. We must champion our work. And whether you choose to do it online, offline, reels, or no reels, the artist's job is and has always been to make something cool and then to champion the something cool. It is your job to back your writing. It is the writer's job to back their writing. You can't get away with this. The desire, and this is a big sentence, I'm going to say it gently. The desire not to champion your art feels cowardly to me. You want someone else to back it? You wrote it. You must be the first to back it. You don't want to promote it? Why should anyone else promote it if you're not going to promote it? You are the author. Dare to champion your creations. It's what we've been doing for ages. I love you. I know this is hard. I'm not saying this is easy. This is truly one of the most challenging adventures I've ever been on, promoting and backing my art. But it is our job, and it is a beautiful responsibility. We make art, we champion our art.